In 1967, a visionary leader named Simon Mwansa Kapwepwe issued a chilling warning. He was a man who had seen the struggles of his people and understood the complexities of the global political landscape. He cautioned that while Africa had shaken off the shackles of colonialism, a new threat loomed. The euphoria of independence was palpable, but Kapwepwe saw beyond the celebrations. He warned that the colonizers would return, not with guns and armies, but with briefcases and contracts. These new tools of control were subtler yet equally insidious. Today, Kapwepwe's words ring truer than ever. The landscape of Africa has transformed, but the essence of his warning remains relevant. Africa, a continent teeming with natural resources, finds itself at a crossroads. These resources, which should be a blessing, often become a curse. The same resources that should be fueling its rise are often the very things perpetuating a new form of colonialism, neocolonialism. Foreign interests exploit these resources, leaving little benefit for the local population. This isn't about waving flags or fighting battles on the battlefield. It's about a more subtle yet pervasive form of control. This is about economic control, about who profits from Africa's wealth. It's about the contracts, the deals, and the economic policies that shape the future of nations. It's about ensuring that the future of this continent is written by Africans, for Africans. The power to shape their destiny must lie in their own hands. We need to talk about how we break free from these chains. It's a conversation about empowerment, self-reliance, and reclaiming the narrative of Africa's future. Let's be clear, Africa is not poor. From the gold mines of South Africa to the oil fields of Nigeria, from the diamonds of Botswana to the cobalt of the Congo, the continent is teeming with riches. Uranium, copper, bauxite, coltan, the list goes on. These resources have the power to uplift nations, to transform lives. But here's the catch. Too often, the profits from these resources don't benefit the people who live and work on the land. They flow outwards, lining the pockets of multinational corporations and foreign investors. This is the heart of the problem. It's not about the resources themselves, but who controls them and who benefits from them. We need to ask ourselves, how did we get here? Many African nations, newly independent, found themselves burdened by debt, often accrued from loans with strings attached. Desperate for investment, they signed deals that seemed beneficial at first glance, but ultimately ceded control of their resources to foreign entities. These deals often come with promises of jobs, of infrastructure development, of a brighter future. But the reality is often far different. The jobs created are often low-paying and exploitative. The infrastructure benefits foreign companies more than local communities. The cycle of dependency continues. We need to find a new path, one that leads to true economic liberation. Let's look at Angola, a country with vast natural beauty and immense potential. Rich in oil, it should be a beacon of prosperity, a shining example of what natural resources can achieve. Yet, decades after independence, it remains heavily reliant on this single resource, vulnerable to fluctuations in global prices. The economy's overdependence on oil has stunted diversification and innovation. The profits, instead of uplifting the masses, often end up in the hands of a select few. This disparity is stark, with opulent mansions standing in contrast to sprawling slums. This is not true progress. The infrastructure crumbles, and the promise of a better future remains unfulfilled for many. Morocco tells a different story, one of strategic planning and ambition. It has actively courted foreign investment, positioning itself as a gateway to Africa. The skyline of its cities is dotted with cranes, a testament to its rapid development. But even here, questions linger. The wealth generated often bypasses the lower strata of society, leading to a growing divide. Is the influx of foreign capital truly benefiting ordinary Moroccans, or is it exacerbating existing inequalities? The bustling markets and foreign-owned factories tell a tale of two economies. These examples highlight the complexities of the issue. There's no one-size-fits-all solution. Each country must navigate its unique challenges and opportunities. But one thing is clear: Africa must chart its own course, one that prioritizes the well-being of its people. Grassroots movements and local initiatives are crucial in this journey. The time for change is now. The youth are rising, demanding a future that is equitable and just. Their voices are the harbingers of a new dawn for Africa. Section 5. Governance, the cornerstone of economic liberation. The path to economic independence begins with strong, transparent, and accountable governance. Corruption, the cancer that eats away at so many African nations, must be eradicated. We need leaders who are accountable to their people, who prioritize the common good over personal gain. We need to strengthen our institutions, ensure the rule of law, and create a level playing field for businesses. Foreign investment, when done right, can be a catalyst for growth. But it must be done on our terms, with regulations in place to protect our interests. This is about taking back control, about writing our own narrative. It's time to empower ourselves. Section 6. Empowering the people, local ownership and education. True economic liberation cannot be achieved without empowering our people. We need to foster a culture of entrepreneurship, encourage local businesses, and ensure that communities benefit directly from the resources extracted from their land. Education is key. Investing in our youth, equipping them with the skills they need to thrive in the 21st century, is not just a moral imperative, it's an economic necessity. We need to move beyond simply extracting raw materials and focus on adding value, on building industries that create high-paying jobs. This is about building a future where every African has the opportunity to reach their full potential. We need to embrace the power of technology. Section 7. Technology bridge to the future or tool for exploitation. Technology has the potential to be a game changer for Africa. From mobile banking to precision agriculture, from renewable energy solutions to online education platforms, the possibilities are endless. But we must be wary of falling into the same traps. We need to ensure that technology is used to empower, not exploit. We need to own our data, build our own digital infrastructure, and ensure that the benefits of technological advancements reach all segments of society. This is about harnessing the power of innovation to drive sustainable and inclusive growth. We are stronger together. Section 8. United we stand, the power of regional cooperation. The old colonial powers understood the power of divide and conquer. To truly break free, we need to break down the artificial borders that separate us and embrace Pan-Africanism. The African Continental Free Trade Area, or AFCFTA, is a step in the right direction, but we need to go further. Imagine a future where goods, services, and people move freely across the continent, where we leverage our collective strength to negotiate fair deals on the global stage. This is the vision of a strong, united, and prosperous Africa. This is the time to take our destiny into our own hands. Section 9. A call to action, securing Africa's economic destiny. This is a pivotal moment in our history, a time when the choices we make will shape the future for generations to come. Kapwepwe's warning from 1967 is more relevant today than ever. He foresaw the challenges we face now and urged us to take control of our destiny. The fight for Africa's economic liberation is far from over, but there is hope. Across the continent, people are rising up, demanding change and working tirelessly to create a better future. A new generation of Africans is rising, a generation that understands the stakes and is determined to chart a new course. They are educated, innovative, and ready to lead. This is a call to action. We must all play our part in this journey. From the grassroots to the highest levels of government, every effort counts. To our leaders, govern with integrity, prioritize the needs of your people, and invest in education and innovation. Your decisions today will determine the prosperity of tomorrow. To our entrepreneurs, dare to dream big, build businesses that solve local challenges, and create jobs for your fellow Africans. Your creativity and resilience are the backbone of our economy. To every African at home and in the diaspora, this is our time. We must unite, support one another, and work towards a common goal. Let us work together to build an Africa that is economically strong, socially just, and politically free. Our collective efforts can transform our continent. Let us ensure that the next chapter in Africa's story is one of prosperity, self-reliance, and shared progress. We have the resources, the talent, and the will to make this vision a reality. The future is ours to create. Let's seize it. Together we can build a legacy of hope, opportunity and success for all Africans.